Hi Manifestors, Meera Allen with your Manifesting Destiny Moon Update. We are coming to a full moon in Aries, and that will be happening on the 6th or the 7th of October, depending on where you are in the world. Let's get into those times. So we've got London will be on the 7th at 4:47 a.m. for the full moon in Aries. New York will be 11:47 p.m. on the 6th. LA 8:47 p.m. on the 6th. Brisbane, Australia will be 1:47 p.m. on the 7th. Tokyo, 12:47 p.m. on the 7th. Interesting that I brought Tokyo into this. So this is, I did so much, I went down a little deep dive before I did this video. So for those of you that are new to my channel, I generally do a new moon and a full moon video, and I tune into the lunar energies as we go through the rhythm of each month. But to be honest, right now there is so much more going on outside of those lunar phases that there is a lot of activity happening in our solar system, and I really believe what is happening on without is also happening in the collective consciousness within. So I look at lunar cycles, the rhythms of the way it pulls our waters and our tides in ourselves to help us create a flow and a rhythm in our lives. But then now there are other things that are giant forces, especially a full moon. The sun is illuminating the face of that moon. But at the moment there are happening a lot of solar flares, a lot of energy and comets, and let me get into some details because I took a lot of notes. So today I've been writing notes and notes and notes and notes, and I thought I don't want to forget a lot of these things. Now, I look at a lot of Stefan Burns, a geophysicist. I love Pam Gregory, and they go into hours in depth of this information. So I will link, especially Stefan Burns. I've been really looking at his videos lately. I will link that to the video at the end of this video, so that if you want to go deeper into this, please, by all means, fall down the rabbit hole like I have been. All right. So starting with October the 7th, we have this supermoon. What is a supermoon? This supermoon in Aries, it's when the sun is illuminating the face of the moon, and it's in the constellation of Aries. The moon will be in the constellation of Aries, the opposite of Libra. So that's what happens in the solar system. So here's Aries, here's Libra, and the sun and the moon are opposing each other. So hence, the sun is in Libra and the moon is in Aries, and that's how we have a full moon. It's because it's always the opposing sign of where the sun sign is at that point. So the moon sign right now will be in Aries. So to have that full moon, the reason why it's called a supermoon is just because it is closer than the Earth to the Earth at this point. So it's perigee, it's closest to the point to the Earth, and it looks 14% larger than what normal moons are. We are coming to the end of this eclipse season as well. Right, so that's the supermoon, which is in a fire sign of Aries, and the sun is in the air sign of Libra. On the 8th of October, so that's the 7th of October, or 6th or 7th of October, depending on where you are on Earth. Apologies, I'm speaking fast. I'll slow down. It's a lot to get through. On the 8th, we have the Draconid, is it Draconid? I hope that's how you say it, meteor shower, which will be seen in the Northern Hemisphere. Then on October the 11th, the moon and Jupiter will be in a conjunction. So this will amplify, because Jupiter is the largest planet in our solar system that all us other planets get dragged around with. And once millions and billions and trillions of years ago, we were all there's a theory that we were all part of this giant object of Jupiter, and we are all these planets that have developed over time in our solar system were originally from that ginormous planet Jupiter. So Jupiter and the moon will have a conjunction on October the 11th. So this is a big connection between how we expand ourselves in our emotional body, how we expand ourselves in the way that we want to see our new version of ourselves, and what we are feeling in our subconscious. Because remember, the moon is your subconscious. The sun is who we are by day, our work, our day-to-day life, our everyday. Our moon is our emotional self, our hidden self, our subconscious self. So that will be amplified on that October 11th. Now I realize I've jumped ahead because 6th, 7th supermoon, 8th the Draconid meteor shower that we see in the Northern Hemisphere. But the 7th to the 9th of October, there are happening some massive solar storms that will be happening. And this will be affecting our Earth's plazosphere, and our radiation belt will be supercharged from it. Now, I don't normally talk about the sun as much as I do about the moon, because I like to keep it as a lunar channel and about our lunar rhythms. But when it's a time like this, when it's a full moon where everything is amplified and there's these giant solar storms that are happening, so one of the largest solar storms we've ever had, that plasma, that energy, that solar radiation and flare does affect both the moon and the sun and our Earth's plazosphere. So Stefan Burns goes into this in great depth. Basically, we're about to be in this period where we're going to have a lot of light and radiation thrown into our sphere, where we're kind of in this active energy, and he talks about, the positive charge being on the solar side of the moon, which is illuminated by the sun, which is an extra, positive charge on that side. And then the negative charge will be the dark side of the moon that's not facing the sun. And this is happening during a full moon in Aries. So we're getting a full moon. It's a supermoon because it's closest to the Earth. And then we're having these ginormous solar flares, solar storms, all happening in that same period between the 7th and the 9th of October. That's in a couple of days. It's a lot. So people will feel this differently. If you are a fire sign, I'm sure you'll be harnessing and using this fiery energy in a way that you feel more motivated. You will feel really, possibly inflamed. You may feel more charged, more adventurous, more kind of haphazard and a little crazy. So that can happen for the fire signs. There can be other people that are completely have a lot of water in your charts. If you know your astrological chart quite well, you guys may be feeling like you've just warmed up to something. You feel like, fire meets water. I'm bubbling, I'm ready, I'm motivated, my circulation's better, and I'm feeling supercharged from this supermoon. Some people may be feeling like they want to hibernate. They want to just go into their little bubble and regroup themselves. So you don't really know, because each individual is so different. So it is just going to be amplified. Whatever it is that you're going through at the moment internally, it'll be amplified. Just on a side note, I read a poem on Kabir yesterday, and I was so flushed through with the love in this poem, and my tears and my emotions I felt were so supercharged, and I couldn't control my tears. It was just, anyway, the poem's called The Weaving. It's really beautiful. So let's come back to these dates. So that's October 6th, 7th, supermoon. Solar storm 7th to the 9th of October. Conjunction Moon Jupiter happening on October 11th. Then on the 20th to the 21st, there's the Draconid meteor shower, which is going to be seen by both the Northern and the Southern Hemispheres. So this is pretty awesome because it'll just look like shooting stars. It's quite amazing. That will happen, and I'll talk about that more in my next video because that'll be happening around the new moon time. The other thing that will be happening, the dates here, 2 comets that are in the sky at the moment, and that'll be around that same time, R2 Swan and A6 Lemon, and that will be 2 comets that are also going through our solar system at the moment as well. So there is a lot. And there's even more. I started writing more and more and more about, 3i Atlas, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that into my next video because it's closer to the time. I like to keep my videos really close to what's happening and pertinent to this time at the moment. So this time at the moment is red energy, fire sign, fire energy, Aries energy, leadership energy, changing direction in what you want to do, becoming the leader of your own self in many ways. I do have the Yasmin Bolan cards right here, and let's have a little look at our full moon in Aries. So I know I'm a little bit intense this video, but that's what I'm feeling from this moon phase at the moment. It's really amplifying things, and so with every full moon we have that that happens automatically. So this one in particular is going to be extra fire, extra sun energy. I've spent a lot of time in the sun. I'm brown again, which is very exciting. For me, I love the sun. All right, a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. It's time to see if you've been a little too much, if there's been a little bit of me, 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 me. There's a tug of war going on between what you want and what somebody else wants. May have to wait a little while to see what's going to happen next, calling that patience. Ask yourself, have you been handling a situation as sensitively as you could have done? If you know deep down that you've been rash or harsh or gone too fast, I'm speaking too fast, sorry, or overstepped a mark, then accept that on some level. You've created a situation for yourself, which means you can either create your way out of it too, as well as you've gone into it. When this time comes, it's peak. It's coming to a fiery peak. The time to attune to the moon is be nice, be kind, smile, and be polite as you navigate to where you want to be. The additional meanings of this time is being assertive is good. Just don't ride over anyone else. If you're in a tense situation, meditate your way to peace. I did my meditation practice this morning. I did a workout this morning, so I was feeling that. The next one is don't be a baby. That's an interesting one. Don't be a baby. And the final one, the additional meanings for this time is you need to have more fun. That's so cool. The teachings are full moon in Aries. It is a super fiery time when emotions can run very high. On the upside, there's excitement about what might lie ahead, but tempers are likely to flare. Any rash comments or decisions, so keep a level head. No matter when this time, or if they say if you pull the card, but we're in the time now, it signals that the situation is about to come to a peak in a rather heated way, perhaps. There could be a price to pay if you've been too competitive or too blunt. So that is pretty much sums up Aries, this fiery climax approaches. And we see that in the external world at the moment. A lot of, truths are coming out day by day, and we're seeing, all is not as it seems, and realities are the veils are being burnt away, literally. So, there's upheaval in a lot of countries. I mean, you look at Nepal's government, buildings burnt down, volcanoes erupting as well at the moment around the world. So there's, especially like around Hawaii, and there'll be a lot of volcanic shifting on the earth. There's, in my mind, I think of the goddess Pele, that fiery eruption and explosion. And it's the way that we are moving in consciousness in the world right now. It is a time for us to explore our highest version of ourselves and explode out of the old paradigms of the past. New financial systems may come about, different ways of thinking, revolutionary thinking, where people are, I know in Australia, a lot of people are not into this new digital ID and all these kinds of things. This is all coming to a head where people get to say enough's enough. So these are the things that are coming out worldwide, but it is really synchronistically matching up with what's happening in the skies right now, these solar flares. And I can't even begin to touch today on 3i Atlas, which is that interstellar object, which is right now, it went to the closest to Earth 3 days ago, but now it'll go to its perihelion, which is closest to the sun, on the 29th to the 30th of October. So around Halloween time, this time, and that is going to, I think, create a different shift, a different light, a different consciousness on the energy of Earth. But you guys make your own opinions. I will link you guys up here to Stefan Burns' channel, and you can have it, have an understanding yourself. NASA has gone quite silent about this particular interstellar object. I've been watching their website quite regularly, and they've come to a standstill and not posting anything about this interstellar object. They did label it a comet. However, it is not behaving like a comet, and it doesn't have the composition as a comet. So anyway, it is what it is. We'll find out soon enough. And they have stopped releasing footage as well of this particular interstellar object. Again, I'm going to have affiliate up in the corner here somewhere, should be popping up soon. Stefan Burns, his a credible source of information, and he's been following this three-eye atlas since July when it was first spotted. So he's somebody that's been really down the rabbit hole with it. If you are interested in what that's about, he's also amazing with solar flares and how that affects us as well. So stay grounded, enjoy the motivational energy of this fiery supermoon in Aries. I hope you can feel that energy through the screen from me as it's running through my blood right now, and you enjoyed the red color and the red lips. I did my best, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Namaste.